Unfortunate. Oh! The others are like animals, but I am
quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights.
unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing our training on proper suit handling techniques. When using an animatronic as a suit, please ensure that the animatronic parts are tightly compressed and fastened by the spring locks located around the inside of the suit.
Rebird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor.
These parts in a manner where you can move and speak. Try not to nudge or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch the spring locks at any time. Do not breathe on the spring locks, as moisture may loosen them and cause them to break loose. In case that the spring locks come loose while you are wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out. That does not ruin the customer experience. As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location
ready for my close-up. I'm ready for my close-up. Say cheese!
Now I will tell you a story.
Hello? Hey, Fred. I see you're working overtime. Lucky you. You get to make some extra cash. Anyway, management is requiring me to leave you messages every night to help you out with your shifts. We normally don't have anyone looking over this place during the night, but since we're shut down for renovations, there has been some concern of break-ins and vandalism and that kind of thing. So we needed someone, you, in this case, to look over the place and make sure everything, especially Chucky and his friends, is in check. First things first. I'm assuming management left you with the camera system. If you turn the monitor on, you'll be able to flip through the channels for the cameras that are placed throughout the building. It's not much, but it's at least something to look at while you're bored. And to watch for anything out of the ordinary, of course. They aren't top-notch, so don't be surprised if things are a little finicky. Also, behind you should be a security gate. Now, there were some issues in the past that basically forced us to put in that gate. It's a little broken, however. Instead of you just turning the handle and it keeping itself shut, you have to keep it closed by holding down the handle. I know it's a bit annoying, but in the case of an emergency, you're gonna need that gate. Just don't play around with it too much. You don't want it jamming on you. Alright, I think this should be it. Oh wait, yeah, I know this wasn't really in the job description, but whenever you get the chance, could you please head down to storage and pick up some things that need to be restocked? Management should have put a list down there. I'm sure you'll see it. Should be quick and easy to do at the end of your shift. And don't worry, it'll probably be counted in your paycheck. Alright, that should be everything for now. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and have a good night. Hey again, Fred. I see your first night went well. If it didn't, you obviously wouldn't be here right now. I mean, you know, you would have quit or something like that. Whatever. So as you probably already know, this shift is a piece of cake. And hopefully nothing is causing you trouble during the night. Just keep an eye on the gate and keep an eye on the cameras. Oh, yeah, the cameras. Before we shut down, we were having some infestation issues. I think there's still a rat or something running around the building. Employees have complained about things being knocked over and stuff just being out of place. We have reason to believe it might be staying in that back room, which is Channel 4? Yeah, that back room hasn't been cleaned up for quite a while. So yeah, just keep an eye over there and make sure nothing bad happens. Also, so the technicians yesterday reported a problem with the animatronics. Don't worry, it's hardly anything. There's just been a problem where they'll try to perform when they shouldn't. I think this issue has been noted for Jasper and some other one. So in case there's ever an issue where they start moving around or they're maybe out of place, we've given you something on the desk that we like to call the stage call. Basically what this does is it resets any misbehaving character and makes them go back to their idle state. Hopefully you'll never have to use it, but yeah, that should be all. Just keep an eye on those cameras and use the gate whenever you need it. Oh, and again, make sure to restock items again after your shift. Alright, good night.
Said he was gonna make me a star today.
Hey again. So, now you've been here for 2 whole nights. 3. This is easy stuff, aside from, dealing with the robots. I hope you never had to use the stage call or anything. If you did, I'm honestly surprised you came back at all. But, I guess now you know how they behave when they, glitch out. I just really emphasize the use of the camera system. Lord knows what happens to them when they leave their stage. One of the technicians this morning literally had to bolt Chucky back in place. Just make sure to keep a close eye on them. If they leave, make sure you know exactly where they are. I know that this is all incredibly concerning. I'm not even sure I would do this if I was in your shoes, to be honest. Especially during the night. Still, I'm glad you've been sticking. Just, keep up what you've been doing, and make sure to go back down to the basement. Have a good night.
FnaCc. Nothing that you find nothing.
Red, you made it to the 4th night. Nice job. I hope you haven't had any trouble. Look, what you're doing here is very fishy, but management has let me know that we don't need your assistance during the night anymore. We're already keeping a close eye on the characters because of their glitch, and they're getting trash in a couple of days anyway, to be replaced with the new designs. The bugs in their systems are only getting worse, and to me that's a sign that they're ready to retire. Just finish your shift and then go. If any of the other characters give you trouble, the stage called trick should work just the same. There's no need for you to come back after this. You don't even have to go down to the basement tonight if you don't want. That's ultimately up to you. Anyways, good night.
Nobody can save you now.
Hi there.
FnaCc. FnaCc. haven't called my mother to have you? Hey, FnaCc.
Hey, Fred. Management told me you wanted to take another shift. I don't really understand why, but I guess that means I get to keep you company one last time. I'm sure you heard about what happened today. But in case you didn't, at the end of the day, everything was going fine. But then they all just spazzed out.
I will
I've seen them glitch out
not
before, but
replay.
not like this. They were doing things they weren't programmed to do. Saying things that they weren't programmed to say. We had to close early. We couldn't even keep them on stage. I really don't think you should come back. It's like they're angry about something. Is this what you had to deal with? Look, man. Thanks for doing all this, but I can't deal with this anymore. I'm leaving tomorrow. If you decide to come back, for whatever reason, I won't be there. This is becoming too much for me. Good night, Fred.
Hi there.
Quiet on the set. Quiet. Quiet on the. Quiet on the. Quiet on the set. Quiet. Quiet on. Quiet on the. Quiet on. Quiet on the.
I will not be replaced.
Quiet on the set.
1. New message.
Hi, hello. I'm the junior manager here at the restaurant. I'm supposed to walk you through the job as our new security guard. From your resume, I can tell that you're already a well-experienced guard. But, you know, it's protocol, so I have to walk you through the basics anyway. So, let's get started. We have security cameras all around the restaurant, and if you bring up the camera panel, you'll be able to view the feed from each camera by pressing the camera buttons on the minimap. Now, our lights are always off during the night, obviously because it'd be a waste of power to leave them on all night. So to actually see something on the cameras, you can activate the camera system's night vision mode. You activate night vision by clicking on the button of whatever camera you're currently viewing. So for example, say you want to see what's on camera 1. You bring up the camera panel, you click on the button that says Cam 01, and then to use night vision, you click on Cam 01 again. Once night vision is activated, you can click on any of the other cameras and view them with night vision as well. And you turn it off the same way you turn it on. Now, night vision takes more power than regular vision, so make sure you use it sparingly. Your first priority as a security guard here is to keep an eye on the animatronics. Those are really expensive machines, and we do not want them stolen. And you keep an eye on them through the cameras. We have quite a few animatronics here at Candy's. There's of course the cats Candy and Cindy, there's Chester the chimpanzee, there's the penguins, just lots I tell you. So, you also have 3 security doors in your office, each of which can be closed by pressing the door button by each door. These are here in case you're in some sort of danger, but personally I just use them to shut myself off from the world when I need a break. But don't let me be your role model on that one. You need to remember that closing these doors takes power, and the longer they're closed, the more power they drain. Now, I know that sounds kinda backwards, but you have to trust me on that one. I think it's something about the doors having an automatic fail-safe feature in case the power gets cut off. You know, so they open up if there's no more power. All I know for sure is that they do use more and more power the longer they're closed, so you don't want to keep them closed for too long at a time. Now, the reason I keep mentioning the power is because the restaurant uses a backup power generator at night, which only has a certain amount of juice in it. So anything from viewing the cameras to using the security doors takes power. You can see how much power you have left on the computer on the desk in front of you. Try not to run out of power. If you do though, you won't be stuck in the office since the doors will always open up anyway. Oh, and one last thing. The animatronics aren't completely turned off at night, so they might start walking around a bit. But just be careful not to let any of them into the office, because we have stuff in there we don't want damaged or anything. Though, don't bother with the ticket booth door. They won't attempt to get in through there. That should be all. You'll hear from me again on your next shift. Have a good night.
message.
Hey there. I put up a note today to gather some intel on the animatronics from the other employees. Just to get a list of the issues we've had with them. They've written down some stuff here for you, so let's see. Alright, so obviously the animatronics walk around at night, you know that by now. They try to get to places they shouldn't be. Yep. They act weird after dark. Yep. They don't like adults. I mean, I suppose. They always seem nice around children. Around us employees, they just kinda stare at you. I always thought they just hadn't been coded to interact with anyone other than children. But some of the other employees have felt threatened by them now and then. But I know that some of them are also superstitious morons. So who knows if they just became scared when the animatronic looked at them in the eyes or something. Anyway, one last thing on the list here. The last penguin interferes with the system. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. We have these penguin animatronics as waiters. They take people's orders and whatnot. We used to have 3 of them, but 2 of them broke down and haven't been fixed yet. I think they're referring to the 3rd penguin that still works. Or, well, apparently it doesn't quite work. So yeah, definitely don't let him into the office. His presence alone could probably destroy our systems. Well, that'll be it for now. I'll be sure to leave another message for your next shift.
You have 1 new message.
Still here, I see. Awesome job these last 2 nights. You're already way better than our previous night guard. He didn't even stand 2 nights before he brought a wrench to his shift and tried to destroy one of our animatronics. The animatronic in question is the blank character, the one in the drawing room on camera 11, I think. Yeah, I'm surprised he still works. And despite the holes and the fact that his left arm and the back of his head is missing, the kids still really like him. Anyway, ever since that day, Blank's been acting almost more strange than the other animatronics. Like, among other things, he seems to have developed this fascination with getting into the office through the ticket booth. And I guess he can't see the glass or something. So yeah, keep an eye on him. If you see him heading for the ticket booth, just shut the door in his face, and then he'll find something else to do, I guess. Oh, and by the way, ever since that new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed last week, we've been getting more and more customers during the day. So next week, if you're up for it, we could use you on the day shift. Think it over. We'll talk later.
1. New message.
Alright, so real quick, we had an old animatronic version of Candy, but before we got these new giant ones. Anyway, he was supposed to be out of commission ever since he was involved in this incident with a customer. An adult customer, luckily. Not a child. Not that the children aren't safe here, that's not what I... Anyway, our technician has tried to fix him up for some time, and he wants me to warn you that old Candy might start walking around as well. He should be in parts and service. That's camera 10, I believe. Keep a real good eye on him. He's quite big, so just be careful around him. That's all. Keep up on the good work. Oh, and I heard you took the day shift offer. Nice.